Welcome back for more tapestry crochet chat. We are in the final countdown days. Hey, writing is fun is here. You always make my day. I'm not joking. So I really appreciate you coming in and chatting with me. It's noticeable when you're not here. So thank you so much, friend. Are you excited for the crochet along thing? I mean, I'm sure nobody else is sitting around just dying for it all the time, but like I'm excited to get started on it and be working on something other than these giant white spots, because I know if I were doing this alone, this would be going so much faster, and I really just want to work on that other project together. Hey, Karen, good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for the heart. Oh my goodness, writing is fun. You are silly. You are silly. Thank you for the likes, guys. So I did another video today. You might have seen it, but it's all about the stuff the yarn management stuff I've talked about in here. Karen, and actually writing is fun too, because I think both of you guys are doing this. What are you going to be doing for yarn management? Because I've seen some people take like clothespins, or oh man, there's like cloth hooks, and I think those are for quilting, like these kind of clamp thingies, and then you use it, you wrap some yarn around whatever's sticking out. So if it's a clothespin, you know, you'd have the post, you'd have yarn wrapped around it, and then you kind of pick it up, work with it, and then set it back down, and so it's just kind of clamped to the top of your work. I don't prefer that method. I did try it once, but I really struggled because I feel like it stretched my work. So, hey Erin, good to see you. Mr. Double, hey Diana, good to see you. All right, let's see. Writing is fun. It is quite exciting. You're dying to get started together. Stay with us. Oh my gosh, Karen, thank you so much for the gifts. So, yeah, so the video I did was about how to use the baskets, and I really struggled to keep that thing under 3 minutes. And even then, I'm not sure that I explained it clear enough. So I put that out today. Tomorrow, I'm going to do one final video that's, I think, hopefully going to be helpful for people who aren't in here and don't hear me say this over and over. But I'm just going to go over the different, you know, what stitch we're going to use and what hook size I'll be using and that type of stuff. So basic final items just to make sure everyone's ready for it. Writing is fun says I'm just going to skip off every color change. That's probably going to change as we go. Yep. So that, yeah. And you know what? I saw a guy, I was watching a video last night, and a guy was doing a tapestry, and he was kind of showing his process time-lapsed, and as he was doing it, he had one skein of each of his colors, and he would do that part of the row, and then he just tied off. Like, he cut it, he chopped it off. I think he kept his strings small, but he just cut it off. So he never had anything. Like, it was pretty crazy. And obviously he wasn't going to weave in all those ends, but yeah, he just cut it all off and left the strings to dangle in the back. Probably covered it in some way, but isn't that kind of interesting? And honestly, I feel like that would be easier than trying to do this. Karen says, I'm going to be rolling up balls of yarn. Yeah, that's what I do. And I just try to keep a couple of balls of each. And then Karen, if you look at the pattern, it's really easy to tell. Like at the beginning of the pattern, let's pull it up here. We're definitely, says we're going to have 80 stitches by 5 rows of this terracotta. So we know there's 400 stitches in there. And then we also know we're going to have terracotta going up the sides. So when I make these balls of yarn for the border, I know what I'm making the ball of yarn for. And so I make a larger ball of yarn for this than I would for something like the yellow or the black. Because, and well, actually black's a bad example, because that one I would make a rather large ball for. If it looks like I'm going to be able to carry the yarn all the way up without having to drag the yarn across any other spots of a different color, then that will determine how big my ball of yarn is. So So like that. It made that more complicated than it needed to be. Yeah, Karen says, I think I like his idea. I mean, honestly, let me know. Writing is fun. What do you think of that too? Like if, oh, but you said you wanted to do reversible work. So if you're trying to do a reversible thing, you would end up with either a ton of ends to weave in, or if you were gonna whip stitch your stuff or mattress stitch your project to a piece of fleece. A lot of people do that. It's really nice. Uh-oh, another pin on your floor. You got to be careful. You need to go over in your room with a magnet roller. Pick all those things up. Hey, Penny, thank you for the follow. It's good to see you guys. So I'm just working on talking about some tapestry stuff. Again, getting ready for our live crochet along that starts this Friday at 6:30. And again, if you are on TikTok and you can't be there at 6:30 or you need to view anything later, don't worry, because I'm also on YouTube. I do stream to both platforms at the same time. So if you head over to YouTube, you can find my channel over there. I've got the same username. Follow me there, and then YouTube saves all my lives. So as we work on this pattern together, let me pull this out. This is the pattern we'll be working on, snake plant pattern. This is going to be about a baby blanket size. So, and I do plan on making 3 other patterns in a houseplant series, so we can have some panels to stitch together. But right now I'm just kind of talking about color changes. Oops, hold on, I got some things here. I got an unstable camera. Get back in your lane, ma'am. Okay. Oops, that's a single crochet. I'm doing half double. Ooh, I was doing a couple of half doubles. Who is distracting me? Or a couple singles. How far back have I been doing this? Good grief. I'm working on a mosaic pattern right now. Also, in addition to this, I have, I think, 7 whips going on. I just haven't made videos about all the other ones that I had to start. I've got a graduation coming up in May. And so I'm doing a mosaic blanket of that one. And because I'm doing mosaic in that one, I'm doing single crochet and double crochet. So I just picked this up today and started stitching away and was not using the right stitch. I'm glad I found that, because when I do a single crochet, my single crochets are kind of wide and short based on my tension and the size of hook that I use. My single crochets are wider than they are tall. So that's why I prefer to do a tapestry with a half double crochet, because for me, my half double crochet is so it's also not exactly square either. I don't think anyone's stitches are perfectly square. So mine are just a slightly taller than they are wide. But for whatever reason, it doesn't skew the picture for me the same way that it does when I try to do a tapestry in single crochet. So do whatever stitch makes you comfortable. I really don't recommend anything like a double crochet. Obviously, that's too tall and skinny. Thanks, Wesleyan. I appreciate it. Kimberly, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Wesleyan, for the gifts. Let's see. All right, writing is fun. That's not my intention. I'll be weaving in probably on the weekend. Okay, very good. Oh, and you found a needle. Maybe that was the needle you lost the other day that you just found. Yeah, so if it's your intention to have reversible work, then you will want to have a lot of balls of yarn. And then, like the guy I saw last night, it's the first time I ever saw that. He just cut off his string each time. So, and then just let the ends go wild. And then he went and, I assume, mounted it to some fleece or backed it with some fleece or something. Or it might have even been like a picture project. I really don't remember what the project was he was working on. I was more watching the technique. Hey, little bird, good to see you. Karen says, if I do like the guy did, do I have to roll balls? No, you would not have to roll balls. I only have these little balls here because I might have, like here I'm working with 3 different balls of black. So if you, let's think this through. I am working with 3 balls of black because I have 3 sections in this row that have black. But if you were to cut off the string, so if you were to do these 3 stitches, tie off, join in with the orange, do the orange, then you'd be able to pick up your black skein again and use that. So you could do a center pole with that. Versus what I'm doing is little balls of yarn. And then I actually, thank you for the heart, little bird. I appreciate it. We're just talking about different ways that people change their yarn on tapestry. And I saw a video last night. A guy had done a project where he didn't work with little balls of yarn or spindles or bobbins or all the different things that people do to manage their yarn. He would do his black stitches or whatever, and then he tied off and then went into the next color. So he basically tied off each color change in a row because it wasn't his intention to weave in the ends. So I honestly don't know. I feel like that would be so much less painful. I do appreciate people who do tapestry with like a ton of strings. Has anybody seen that girl? Writing Spence says, nope, that wasn't the missing needle, darn. Okay, so on TikTok there's a girl, and she's got to be on YouTube. There's no way she's not. She's from a different country, maybe a Slavic country of some sort, and she does these like incredibly realistic tapestries. Let me know if you guys have seen her before. She comes across my For You page every once in a while, and it looks like, and they're like little wall hangings, and so it'll be like a big can of Coca-Cola or something like that. And it's really interesting. She does incredibly detailed work, and her tapestry, while she's working on it, she's just got like, it looks like hundreds of strings hanging off of it. It's insane. So let me know if you guys on TikTok have seen her. And actually, Writing is Fun over there on YouTube, have you seen that girl? And I wish I knew her username. It's one of the joys of maturing, is I don't have to remember everything anymore. There's no more room for me to remember everything. So, and it makes me feel really bad because I feel like I'm starting to not be able to retain names like I used to be able to when I would meet people. And it makes me feel terrible because I don't want people to think that I don't feel that they're important to me. So, no, that sounds interesting. Do you know how she learned? I don't know. I can't even remember if she ever talks in her videos, and I don't follow her, so I've not seen, like, her stuff doesn't show up all the time. I think you would know who I was talking about, though, if you had seen her stuff. She's a cute girl. I would say early to mid-20s, maybe. Seems like she's got a fun little personality, so neat little girl. Or woman, I guess. She's probably not a little girl, huh? It makes me sound really old to say that. All right, I just finished up this round. I'm going to turn my yarn. I'm going to remind you guys one more time how to turn our work. I go left to right, pull out extra on your hook, or extra on your loop so you don't lose stitches as you turn. Then hold that loop, and then I turn left to right, and I go like the left, I go over from the left, and I bring the right side under, and I turn very gently. Right now it's not too bad. It looks like I've got what, 7-8 balls of yarn, so it's not terrible, but I have played this game before with 30 balls of yarn and I have lost. So let me pull these toward me. Once I turned my work, now the ball of yarn that used to be on the left as I was working on the far left side of the blanket, now that side of the blanket is on the right, and so I need to move everything over. But you always start with the left side basket first if you're using the basket method. Pick that up, scoot it to the very far left. So here he is. Then next I'm going to grab the next most left basket, which is now the farthest left basket. Pick him up. Let me move these guys over. Okay, and he goes to the left of the one that we just moved. And as it, you know, it looks kind of silly to do it that way when I've only got 3 baskets, but one day I won't. And then we'll all laugh together. Your Walmart is sold out of plastic tapestry needles. You know, I have heard, and I don't buy my crafting stuff at Walmart just because I am very lucky and blessed to live somewhere close to multiple craft shops, but I have heard it can be kind of hit or miss with their stuff. And actually, you know what? I did used to buy a bunch of my yarn at Walmart when I first bought my very first house. That Walmart was the closest and most accessible thing, and so that's where we went. And I actually bought a lot of yarn there, but I don't remember having to buy supplies. I feel like I was born with supplies. Oh man, that's right. YouTube doesn't have a way to DM. I'll send you some needles if you want. We just gotta figure out how. But you know what? I think we talked about this. You're underage. Never mind. I'm not asking for your address. I'm officially not. I was gonna say I could send you some needles, but no, I don't want to be weird. I'm not that kind of lady. All right. But you know what? They should be pretty cheap on Amazon too. If you guys have an Amazon account. I just got a whole thing of darning needles, the yarn needles, because I like the small ones. Believe it or not, I don't like the giant ones. I like the smaller ones. And I got a whole pack of them, like 20 of them for $2.49, I think. It's pretty crazy. Writing is fun. The only craft store in my town closed. It was for sewing anyways. Oh yeah, that's a bummer. Do you have Amazon account or something like that might work? Trying to think of what else could suffice. You know, and I assume you're talking about getting those needles for weaving in your ends. Is that correct? I want to make sure I understand what it is you don't have. You live at 742 Evergreen Terrace. Oh my goodness, Maggie, Bart, Lisa. I had to think, man. I do remember The Simpsons. I definitely was around when The Simpsons first started airing, so I was alive and very aware of my surroundings. So I can't. That's one of those things where it's shocking to me that it's still on the air. It's shocking to me, and not in a bad way. Like, it's just crazy because there's nothing on TV that I watched as a kid that is also on TV now. It's insane. So if the needle that you're looking for, or, you know, when you said a tapestry needle, if what you're talking about is you're needing something to weave your ends. Oh wait, you're trying to attach the bottom brim of your wizard hat. Found it. Okay. Oh good, you found a big plastic one. Very good. That's probably what they would have it at Walmart too, would be the big plastic ones. I prefer the metal ones, and not only the metal ones, but I actually prefer the smaller ones with the smaller eyes, the needle eyes, and I don't know why I like them smaller. I feel like the big ones are harder for me to wield. Also, when I'm doing my end weaving, sometimes I like to be, you know, work things through really tight spots, because I do try to weave my ends in a way where it's not going to create a lump if possible. It's not always possible, you guys. I've got some lumps in this little part of these shoes because I had 4 ends to weave in a really small area. So, oh boy. It is Wednesday. We finally got some rain. I love to talk about the weather, but it's been, because I'm in Colorado, it's only been sun for the last 84 years, I think. And we actually got some rain the last couple days. It's been amazing. And has anybody, I assume if anybody was in here who lived near that hailstorm yesterday, or that big huge hail swath, sorry if you were there. That looked awful. Hail is crazy. All right, so again, I'm working just on more of this white. Everything is this white because I end up doing, like, I just did 125 stitches one way, then I did my border, and now I'm doing 125 stitches the other way. And when this is no longer my project I'm working on during my lives, then this will be the perfect project for listening to an audio book or whatever. Just kind of zone out and work on it. This one has a lot of white in it. But Yoshi didn't, I wanted Yoshi's tongue to be sticking out. I thought that was so cute to have his name above that. I hope that's cute. Maybe it's silly, but which obviously means then I have a bunch of white. Either that or I was going to end up with some other things in the background like mushrooms. I was thinking about doing some of the Goomba guys, the little brown dudes. I was thinking about doing that, but I was trying to keep this pattern not, you know, I didn't want to use like 15, 20 different colors. So I was trying to keep it simple. Each of the patterns that I had created of these custom video game characters, each of them I think only has 5, maybe 6 colors, but I think I tried to keep them all at 5. Oh, Little Bird got some of that hail, but no damage. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was seeing over in Missouri, like Springfield area, they got like 5-inch hail in some places. Okay, see you later. Writing is fun. Have a good dinner. Yeah, that hail is crazy. All right, so as I work through this, I am going to just repeat myself again about our live. This is for anybody who is joining, and for you guys over there on YouTube. Just a reminder, we are doing a crochet along that starts this Friday, May 1st. We'll be working on a tapestry snake plant. This pattern is free. It's in my bio in TikTok, and it's in my posts in YouTube. I will be going live on both platforms at the same time, so a couple hours after the live ends, YouTube will actually save that live. So, and I know a lot of you guys actually subscribe on both places. I know Little Bird does because I see your comment, and I think so. For like the giveaway blanket that I'm doing, if I had a TikTok and a YouTube, I'd be in both places. Like if I wanted the blanket, not that it's this high value item, but if somebody wanted it, like I would go in both and comment, honestly. And I even put out a video once saying like it's cool to do that too. It's really for getting comments and likes and getting to know other people in the community. But I also really enjoy doing those blankets. Got 2 floral fantasias going right now, and the giveaway blanket I am working on every day. I'm trying to get 2 rounds done every day. And then the other floral fantasia I have going on, I'm in the 80th round, I think. And so I'm in the 80th round, so it's the part where it takes a long time. But then I ended up with kind of 2 emergency blankets to make. I have graduation blanket to make, and it's for a girl who drives a Jeep. She's a Jeep girl, so I did a big Jeep logo, like not a logo, it's like an outline, so it looks like the front of the Jeep grill and then the headlights. It's a very, very simplistic outline, so I made a mosaic pattern using that design. And then and that one I'm pretty much working on in all of my free time once I get done doing the few things I have to do. So I'm also working on a Safari Animals baby blanket. So I'm trying to do both of those mosaics at the same time. All right, I need to attach another. Hey Melissa, good to see you. I'm just yapping away about tapestry. We're gonna be doing the crochet along on Friday. So if anybody has tapestry questions, let me know. I have done some videos. I'm sure you've seen those coming out with specifics, just things that I had learned. Come on, let's get you added in here, buddy. So just trying to go over some of the specifics that I had learned, some of the questions that I was being asked before. That way I could get everything answered. Tapestry crochet to me is an extremely simple concept because you are just doing 1 stitch and you're just making a flat, like there's nothing hard about it. There's no stitch switching or any of that stuff. You basically just have to be able to count and change colors. So, oh, good. All right, so you're interested in learning. So I am on Friday starting a, yay, okay. In 1 second, Melissa. So writing is fun. It was good to see you. I'm glad you're back. Melissa, I stream at YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so you'll hear me talking to other people as well. But we start a crochet along on Friday. We're going to be doing this pattern. It's a small one. I made it small intentionally for people to learn. So it's about 80 stitches wide. The actual size will be based on what size of yarn you use, your tension, what size of hook you use. I will be doing a 4.25 millimeter hook and just regular yarn. I expect mine to be about 2.5 feet wide. So I've put out a few videos with some of the tips so far of tapestry, but it's literally just crocheting in colors and changing your colors as you go. And then you create pictures using your crochet. So if you can half double crochet, so that's the stitch I use. If you can do a half double crochet, and if you know how to count, which sometimes I don't, so, but if you can do those two things, you can do tapestry crochet. All right, so I just finished my 125 white, and now I actually get to work on the fun part. So I'm going to do some color changes. Oh, I know Little Bird says, ugh, counting. I agree, it's the worst. Okay, so let's do 3 black. I'm going to change my colors. I just did a video on this a couple days ago, so I'm not going to go in depth on that, but I have the wrong side of the blanket facing me. It's the side that all the strings are, because we want to make sure that the strings all protrude from only one side of the blanket. This is not a double-sided thing. So let me get that string out of my way. Grab up my black and join that and do my 3 black. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I have to do 11 orange. Move my black. Oops, and I didn't. Or black. Black and white, you go over there. Orange, you come over here. Everybody get in your assigned seat. Melissa, yes, you can do it in single crochet. It's best to do it in whatever stitch makes the squarest stitch for you. So I would suggest maybe get some yarn and maybe do a swatch, and that will tell you if how skewed your work will be. So if you do like 10 stitches wide and 10 rows tall in single crochet, and then do the same thing in a double crochet, and see which of the two it more closely resembles a square and less closely resembles a rectangle. So whichever swatch ends up being least rectangular for you and the most square, that's the one you want to use, because this, what we'll be crocheting, let me get in here, you can see it's pixelated. It's pixel work. So if you have very long skinny stitches or short fat wide stitches, then it might end up skewing the picture a bit. Oh, Little Bird's gonna do in single because of her tension, and that's a perfect way to say that too, because my tension is perfect with a half double, but some people's tension is different. It's for me, doing single crochet would make a very square or squat looking thing, very long and skinny. Writing is fun. Said I had about 5 bites of dinner. Macaroni and cheese. Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry, it didn't come out good. We actually had macaroni and cheese for dinner last night. That's like one of my favorite, I don't feel like cooking meals. So that's a bummer. It does suck when it doesn't come out. I have found, because they've changed the ingredients so much over the years, anybody who was eating Kraft mac and cheese back in the 80s and 90s probably remembers how good it used to be. And so I have found, for me, the thing that tastes closest to Kraft mac and cheese, the original box from the 80s and 90s, is Annie's Organic, and they're just regular mac and cheese. That tastes most like Kraft to me, or how I remember Kraft tasting. The last time I had Kraft mac and cheese, I was so bummed out by it. So then I just started trying all these other ones, trying to find something that tasted good. I wasn't necessarily going for organic, but that's the one that ended up tasting like it. You guys, thank you for the likes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we got our 11. Let me grab my pen and cross this out. Melissa, another thing when you're doing tapestry crochet, so I have a pattern for you that you can download. So as we're working on this on Friday, I will be saying out loud, okay, I'm going to do 4 terracotta or 3 linen. So I'm going to say the number of stitches and what I'll be doing. But some people, that's going to be distracting to them, or, you know, I'll be chatting and it'll be distracting. So if you go to, since you're on TikTok, go in my bio and check out the link there. That'll allow you to download that pattern so you can print it and have it with you in case you get lost at all. But essentially, the pattern says, well, at the beginning of this pattern, it's actually really easy because it's all going to be this color, which is terracotta. You can use whatever colors you like, by the way. They're completely interchangeable. Just keep track of, I've got them called something in my pattern, so keep track of what you call it in your pattern. But this right here, since it's 80 stitches wide, okay, you got it. Good. Very good. So since it's 80 stitches wide, the first 5 rows, and this border is 5 rows tall and 5 stitches wide. The first 5 rows on Friday is literally going to be doing this, 400 stitches of this. So depends on how fast you can crochet. And because everything is being streamed on YouTube and TikTok, if I get ahead of you for any reason, or you miss one, or, you know, anything goes wrong, head over to YouTube, subscribe over there, and then you can see the video, because YouTube will post it a few hours. I don't know why it takes so long too, but it does. It's like a few hours that I've noticed. All right, so now we're gonna do 26 orange. Do my final black. I'm done using this black ball, so I'm moving it over into the basket with the other ones that have already been used, because I try not to work with a ball of yarn that's attached and in a basket with something else, because then if I start pulling on strings, it can grab some of its neighbors and pull out. And I actually need a new thing of orange here in a second. I did pre-ball some of my yarn, so writing is fun. That's going to be something. And if you guys plan to do a reversible pattern where you're going to weave in your ends so that the front and the back look the same, then go ahead and make some little balls of yarn of these different colors. If you are going to do like what Karen is going to be doing, it seems like she's just going to go through and work on the black, and then she'll tie off there, attach the orange, work on the orange, and then she'll pick up the same black skein she was working off. Man, that just sounds so much nicer, because then she won't have a bunch of yarn attached. So it really depends on what you want. I'm going for a reversible blanket. If you don't care if the back of your work has strings, or if you plan to hide it, because you can sew your crocheted thing to a piece of fleece with no problem. So if you plan to hide it, then there would be no reason to deal with all these yarn scraps. It would be much easier to not. Oh, hi, Pom. Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you in there. I am working on a tapestry pattern. The one I'm working on right now is this, but we are working on this because we're talking about tapestry. We're getting ready to go live on Friday. I created a pattern that I have given everyone for free. You're on YouTube, so if you go to my posts, you can download this out of my posts. But I made this houseplant pattern. It's going to make a small throw, or we'll do some other tiles and make a larger blanket with it. But we'll be starting this tapestry project on Friday together. So I've been making some videos about it. In the meantime, I'm just working on another tapestry project so that I can be demonstrating for people, you know, how to change yarn and what to do with all these little balls of yarn and that type of stuff. So Karen says, that's what I'm thinking. I have fleece for backing. Man, I'm like, I'm tempted. No, I'm going to do it the hard way, because I'm going to just show people that you can do it. But I need to remember to tell people that's an option, because I don't want people feeling like that's the only thing they have to do is do this the difficult way. So, oh, writing is fun said, I usually make it, the cheese sauce was too thick. Oh, you know what? So I actually like Great Values macaroni and cheese too. There are some of their brands that are better than the name brand. So I never have any problems great value in off-brand stuff. There's some stuff that I prefer the name brand of, and then there's some stuff that the off-brand is just as good. I mean, they're all made in the same factory. Walmart does not have its own macaroni and cheese factory. It does not. Your bed has been moved. I have horrible eating habits. Most of my food today consisted of gingerbread cookies at about 4 p.m. All right, how can we put a positive spin on this? Gingerbread has wheat in it, and wheat has some protein. So you got some protein. Oh, let's see. DVS demise. I am wanting to start my first tapestry, so I can't wait to see that. Awesome. Yes, please come in. Hey, Melissa, thank you for sharing. Thanks for sharing my life. Come in on Friday. I'm working on a tapestry right now too, but if you want to see the whole process from start to finish, hop in on Friday and join in. And I'd happy to chat. If you've got questions, just let me know and we'll answer any questions you have. Designs by Karen says it has ginger, which is good. There you go. Writing is fun. It's got ginger in it too, and ginger is really good for your digestion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Lots of counting. 27. This will be. Oh wait, no. That was only supposed to. Yeah, that was 26. So I need to stop there. This will be easier, I think, when I am doing this one live on Friday, because then I can just count the stitches out loud as I go. I don't have to worry so much about this getting lost and forgetting where I'm at. Okay, so this basket of yarn that I've been putting my finished yarn into is full. So that's why I keep spares. And then there will be a point on this particular blanket here, there will be a point where I'll have like 7 or 8 baskets out. Oh, and writing is fun. Made the cookies. Yes, made the cookies myself. So yay. Yes, yay, because it's homemade stuff. Homemade stuff doesn't have half of the crap that the stuff from the store has. And it also tastes better. Unless you're horrible at baking, in which case, go to the store. But if you're good at baking, I don't love baking. I love cooking. So I do really enjoy cooking. I love creating stuff because I've been cooking so long now. I also started learning how to cook when I was 8. So I've been cooking and crocheting for almost 40 years, which there are people in here who've been doing it longer than me. So I always feel like it's like, gosh, how is it possible? I still feel so young. I'm still 27, you guys. I honestly don't know how this happens. It's like that's where my brain stopped. That was the age where I quit feeling like I was getting any older. And I know I've changed. I've grown as a person quite a bit. And I'm very, very thankful for that. But the age that I feel like I am is still 27. So it's shocking to me when I say I've been doing something for 38 years. So I do love cooking, love it. Baking is okay. I don't love it as much because I don't like the measuring and stuff, which is weird. As an accountant, you would think that that kind of stuff would appeal to me, but baking feels less creative, the process of baking. And I know that that is not true either, because those sourdough, baking in itself is an art. It is not an easy task. So I'm definitely not trying to downplay how difficult baking is, and that's really why I don't like it. It's like one of those things. It's that and some sports. If I'm not immediately good at something, I just don't want to do it. And baking betrays my whatever. Baking betrays me. A couple times a year, I ruin something, and it's embarrassing. And I've been doing this for so long. So, all right. So we're at the end of this row. Get started on another one, getting ready to flip my work. I'm not going to go over this in slow-mo again because I've demonstrated it a million times, but I cannot stress enough, be gentle. Put you under. With a project like this, I would usually be sitting in my bed and have it laid out on the duvet in front of me, so we try to keep, I'm not like snuggling, especially with the giveaway blankets. I see a lot of people who say, you know, it's the best part is when a blanket gets big enough to use while you're working on it. And I agree with that. I totally do. Like when I was working on the Broncos blanket for my husband, that was really cool. But the Floral Fantasia giveaway blanket, or the other ones that I've done too, I never snuggled with them. I always felt really uncomfortable because it wasn't mine. It was going to people I didn't know, people who now I'm getting to know a lot better. But yeah, those, it's like, it just felt too intimate or whatever. So I always laid those out on top. So like this blanket here, this is for my grandson. So when this one gets big enough, I'll probably snuggle with it. It won't bother me, but I wouldn't snuggle with a stranger's blanket. It just feels weird. I've had other people ask me too, whether or not I grow emotionally attached to the blankets. And I really don't, because I've never kept one for myself. So I've given away so many blankets. Karen, how many Little Bird says, except in the summer? Yes, I agree. I agree that there are times in the summertime where I'm like, get this thing off me. That's the time to make all your baby blankets. Stockpile them and then do the big ones in the winter. Little Bird and Karen, because I know you guys have been crocheting for a while. How many blankets do you estimate you would have made in your life? And I know both of you guys do blankets, right? Karen, you do blankets. Little Bird, I know you do blankets, but... And I guess the other thing is, are you primarily a blanket maker, or do you do other things? Oops. Almost just carried my yarn to the wrong side. All right, so yarn to the back, because now I've got the right side facing me. And follow my pattern. 9 white stitches. Palm Sucre, been waiting to make a tapestry crochet. This is nice, thank you. What kind of yarn are you using? I'm just using a worsted weight yarn. I've got it all here. Let me pull. So this will be the color of the leaves. Look at my little barrette. This is my dollar store trick. Get a little barrette to hold the things. So this is the color of my leaves. This is the color of the background. We got some black in there. Let me see what I have. This is terracotta. This is the color the border and the pot will be. And then I got this little guy. This is for the yellow in the leaves. So, and I'm just using just regular, the cheap stuff. So if you want to do this, definitely, I started this Friday. And I've been making some videos, but if you have any, like, go through the couple of videos I've made with tapestry crochet tips. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll help you out. If I need to do demonstration videos, let me know. Really, I tried to make this pattern easy enough for people to work on who had not worked on this kind of thing before, but also difficult enough for somebody who's been crocheting for a while to not get bored with it. So there's a fine line in there between beginner and very seasoned. And so when I run across something like tapestry or mosaic that kind of, it can work for a beginner or somebody who's been doing this for a long time. It's really exciting to me because I feel like those are the patterns that kind of bridge the gap. I've been crocheting for almost 4 decades, and my best YouTube friend, Writing is Fun, is not even 2 decades old yet. And so I love that there's a project that we can both work on together at our different skill levels that still produces something cute enough and visually appealing enough to want to make it and keep it around. So, and then I'm going to do 3 other houseplant patterns. Somebody suggested an angel begonia. So I need some large leaf ideas. We've got the angel begonia. Was that you, Little Bird, who suggested that? And Little Bird has made more. Oh, you've made lace and only 20 or so blankets. Only. Karen, how many blankets have you made? I've probably done 150. Writing is fun. At what point do I stop being a beginner? So I would say you're probably not a beginner anymore by any means. Like you have been doing this because you've made a lot of things. You've done a lot of different types of things. I guess when I'm thinking of beginner, I'm thinking of somebody who's not tried a tapestry crochet before, not somebody who's completely new to to crochet in general. But because I've been around a long time, I've been exposed to more of this stuff. Although tapestry is fairly new to me too. I did something like this a couple years ago. Man, how long ago was that? It was actually 10 or 15 years ago. I picked up a project, a tapestry type of thing, but it wasn't common then, or I didn't know about it back then. And I had done something like this and I was like, geez, this would be fun to do. And then for whatever reason, never picked it up again, probably because of all this stuff and the fact that I had to completely design that myself. All right, Karen's done 100 plus wearables, pretty much everything except mosaic and tapestry. All right, well, we are going to do the tapestry, so we'll get that under our belts. And then I made my mosaic blanket pattern. I don't think it's going to be huge, but it is 160 stitches wide, maybe around 160 things. So it's more of a square. And so if you want to be a tester for that pattern, you can. It's not a pattern I'm going to sell, but I do want somebody to test it with me before I do that one live. Because it's mosaic, it's not as easy for me to look at the instructions and know that it's correct, if that makes sense. Same with you, little bird. If you want to do a mosaic, it's just going to be a blanket and it says, please go away. It's got a little border on it. Writing is fun. If you want to test it too, let me know. So I'm gonna need a couple people to test it just to make sure before I go live with that one. And I'm probably actually gonna do some videos, actual like here's how to make this blanket videos on YouTube, because I get asked all the time to do long. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just have to think for 1 second. I'm connecting the black. Don't finish the stitch. My gosh. Speaking of being a beginner here, I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was saying anymore. I just frustrated myself. Karen says that would be great. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I was talking about the pattern stuff. So I do probably want to make a long form tutorials on how to do that, because I get requests for that pretty often. And I think that would be fun. So Karen wants to test. Writing is fun. Would you, do you have any interest? And that might be, I have no idea, because you've got a pretty active life. Like, you've got stuff going on. I do not. This is literally what I do. So if that's more than you've got time for too, or that's not even interesting to you, let me know. But if you guys, anybody who's in here who said they want to test a pattern, let me know. Happy to send it out once it's finalized. So all right, guys, it's 7:15. I'm going to go ahead and head out because my 45 minutes is up, but I do plan on Friday. I'll probably start going an extra, try to do an hour at a time. And then if I'm in the middle of a round, or a row, I'll just finish out that row before I end the live. So I'll probably start going live a little bit longer, just because we'll be working on that project together and I don't want that to drag out for months and months. So thank you all for coming in and talking with me. Okay, so writing's fun. Doesn't have time to test patterns. And that's, as soon as I was thinking that, I was like, man, you're always out doing something, and I just don't want you to feel bad. So thank you for being honest about that. That's amazing. And oh, Karen, I love you too. You guys are the best. So thank you everyone for coming in. I will see you tomorrow at 6:30 Mountain Time, and Little Bird will consider it. Awesome. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Bye, Melissa.